What's up YouTubers? This is Antoinette and welcome to my channel. This is the final piece in the paint by number lion and it turned out way better than expected. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe and have a look out for the video next week where I'll be giving away 5 of them. So like I said, welcome. This piece, I think in total it's taken me just a little over a month to do it, but I mean in between other projects and that kind of thing, it's okay time-wise. I wanted to be really patient with it so that I don't make sort of silly mistakes because I'm in a rush in the process. And yeah, like I said, I'm super happy with how it turned out. And yeah. The original photo I actually got from a friend. I'll link his Facebook in the description below. And he's a nature guide and a photographer. So obviously we're in sunny South Africa, and working at a game lodge of some sort does provide him with a lot of opportunity to see animals and take some amazing photos. And this photo is actually quite old. He took it a couple of years back, and it's the original photo is it's this older lion, and he's got a scar under his eye, which you know, a good old Lion King fan definitely drew me to the photo. The lion also looked really peaceful, but I've been thinking for a while. I did one of my very first videos was actually a sort of like a mini wish review on a paint by number, and I started thinking then I really want to create my own paint by number. I would love to do something vibrant, something simple, because I've got a friend also who got one of the paint by numbers, and she hasn't really even gotten around to doing it because it's too fine and too detailed. To get something that's, you know, a little bit smaller, a little quicker to do, and everybody loves lions. Well, I think everybody loves lions, and the pieces are a bit bigger, the spaces that need to be painted, the colors are really vibrant. And you'll see a little bit later. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Honestly, all in all, definitely very happy with how it turned out. Originally I'd just taken a piece of what do you call it, tracing paper, and I traced the line, and then I did the reverse transfer. You'll also see the test photo, the test painting is in reverse. I realize now I might need to look at a different way of doing that, maybe get some carbon paper if I want to do something like this in the future again, so that the transfer is, you know, from the beginning it's a cleaner transfer, and I'm actually going to be getting exactly what I'm setting out to get. So at this point I did the transfer, I did the color test, I was quite happy with it, and then I did the final piece, the practice piece, at least the test piece, to see if this works out and if it stands out. And I put my pieces that I'm busy with, or pieces that need that last little bit of love, I put them up so that I can see them, so that I can sort of like familiarize myself with a piece and see what is it about the piece that works for me, what is it about the piece that's bothering me. And with this one, honestly, except for that funny little blue smudge that's completely on the right hand side, I'm super happy with the colors, and the impact of the picture and as a whole looks really awesome as well. So I didn't really want to change too much about it. I think I added a couple of directional textures towards these main, so that you can kind of see that you're working in the main area. But yeah, that's about it. So at this point I was just mixing some colors so that I can do like a color swatch to see, you know, which colors are going to go where, and so that I can start putting in the numbers and referencing them towards a specific color. I kept the colors a little bit more saturated than on some pieces on the test painting. You'll see some of it I mixed a lot of water in. You'll see if you have a look at the previous videos, I mixed a lot of water in it to stretch the paint, so I didn't have to remix a bunch of paint, and I could maintain the color but not necessarily the saturation. So yeah, I've got the 1, 2, and 3 as sort of the darker shadows, and then I took from there I literally just went, you know, straight through the rainbow and I did red and reddish orange and sort of like vibrant orange, yellow with like a good dash of orange in it, and lime yellow, lemon yellow. I really like the lemon yellow. It's actually quite saturated. It's a super cheap acrylic that I was using here to taste it, and it's really like you can see the color quite clearly, which for me it's something that's quite unusual. See my earphones lying there. I like listening to audiobooks when I'm busy working. It helps a lot with sort of having something to do while I'm busy painting to keep my attention there. I used to put on a movie and then I'll watch a movie in the background, but I find that it does tend to distract me, and yeah, there's a limited amount of movies that I like watching because I love the soundtracks of the movies. I'm a big fan of soundtracks, but the majority of movies are going to take your attention away, and just with the audiobooks it means that my attention is on what I'm busy doing, and at the same time I get to listen to a cool story. I was actually listening to The Magician's Apprentice. I can quickly check for you who the author is. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm not a big fan of female fantasy authors, like what's it, Trudy Canavan. Not like for any other reason than I guess I'm just not used to them. You know, having grown up with the likes of Tolkien and Moorcock and Terry Pratchett. I mean, so I do tend to be quite biased, but this is an incredibly enjoyable book, very, very enjoyable book. The main character is also a woman, which is also, again, it's a little bit unusual. I'm not used to that. It's becoming more prominent now to put female characters in lead roles, or you know, sort of the center of the story. But I'm definitely still getting used to it. Anyway, so I'm listening to the audiobook while I'm busy with it, with the artwork, and it helps me keep my attention on the artwork. So this is the interesting bit, trying to figure out the numbers and the corresponding pieces, because not everything looks the way it does in the test piece and on the final piece. So I guess I had to improvise a little bit, but I mean, this is the beauty of art, is the ability to sort of adapt and change and make things better. And yeah, definitely. I think it's going to turn out better. I'm going to paint this one in now to see what it turns out, what it looks like. So we'll see about that. The music this time, I think of all the music I've made so far, because I started mixing my own music, it's just simpler from all perspectives to actually be the owner of the piece of music. Instead of, accidentally referencing it wrong or using music that you shouldn't and that kind of thing. So the music is I think I'm getting better at it, but like I've moved away from the trying to make beats and actually making something that's sort of like a little bit more of a classical piece with a bit of a native sort of Celtic feel to it. It's sort of my type of music that I enjoy listening to that music, and of all of the music that I've written and the songs I've written, this is definitely a feeling that comes through, and you can definitely hear it in this piece again. Lots of practice still. I'm getting used to the interface and just learning how to do everything. So I've got a lot of learning still to do with the video making and the art making and everything. So here we go, final piece. Paint by number, lion, done.